So today I'm doing a little mini desk makeover. I'm finding that currently my space is not conducive to productivity, and I just needed to get it from chaos to calm. Now I am using the majority of what I already own. I have purchased a few additional bits from Amazon, Harvey Norman, and also from Officeworks. So if a mini makeover is what you're after as far as your work from home setup goes, stick around. Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Mariana, and the intention of this channel is to help the everyday person create lives that they love through small actionable steps that can be incorporated into everyday life. I'm also on my own level up journey and trying to create a life that I love through design. For me, a massive part of creating that life is improving my environment. And if you've watched my other videos, I've done the bedroom, my coffee table, and I'm now moving into my study area. Now, my study is in the entryway of my home. I think that the previous owners used it as a second sitting space. I don't need a second sitting space, and I didn't want to dedicate a spare room to my study when I've got this space right here. So it is the first area that people see when they walk into my home. So the fact that it is quite untidy at the moment, it just does not make me happy, and I don't want people to see that. And I know what you're going to say. I know you're going to say people don't come over to see your house, they come over to see you. Think about that. That's fine, and I get that. And of course, friends don't care if your house is a little untidy or whatever, but it's about how I feel about my space when I walk in, how my home is representative of who I am. And that's not what I want people to see when they walk in. I don't want them to see a chaotic space. Also, because I do work from home a few days a week, I find this is being chaotic as it is not conducive to my productivity. I'm one of those people that cannot keep a straight thought in my head if things are chaos around me. I need my space to be very tidy and very calm. Otherwise, I just cannot focus at all. And I'm guessing that I'm not alone in that. Well, I know I am not alone in that, and that it is something that people struggle with. If they're in an environment that does feel like chaos, then they're not as productive as they would like to be. Also, they're not as creative as they would like to be. Now, I didn't go out and buy a whole bunch of new stuff. I didn't buy a new desk or new desk chair. I don't have one of those fancy stand-up desks. I have got a pretty inexpensive desk that I've had for nearly 10 years. I bought it from Fantastic Furniture for like $150. No, it's not fancy, it's not trendy, but it's functional for me at the moment. Eventually, I will look at switching it out, but at this stage, I'm just working with what I've got. What I did pick up, however, is a couple of things from Amazon. So I did get myself a new mouse. Now, I do have a keyboard and mouse set up now that are connected and work via USB, and I've only purchased the mouse this time. I've bought the MX Master 3S ergonomic mouse, and the reason I didn't purchase the one in the pack with the keyboard, so now I'm going to have to use 2 USB points, is that if I really enjoy this mouse, I will take this one into the office and use it at work, and also for travel when I am traveling for work. So I did pick that up from Harvey Norman. Got some new pens from Officeworks, and I picked up an iPad stand from Amazon. So I'll put that up. I also picked up a headphone stand and a mouse pad from Amazon also. The reason I got the headphone stand is I've recently been using my Bose noise cancelling headphones to listen to music that helps me to focus. It just quietens my mind and just allows me to really concentrate on what I'm doing. And I find that when I do that, the time actually goes really, really quickly. It's bizarre. I heard about it, I think a YouTube channel, maybe Ali Abdal or something, suggested it. And so I thought I'd give it a go, and it actually really works. So first things first, I need to clear everything off my desk. I also want to hang up my magazine cover that I created as part of my 2024 vision, because it's in front of the window right now, not really visible. So I'm going to clean off my desk first, put you onto a time lapse, and then come back when everything is clear. Okay, so this is my current state of play. I do have, that's my work laptop and my personal laptop. I also have another screen to go up, so I'm getting rid of that smaller one right there and replacing that with something that's almost identical to this one. So both are 27-inch and both have got a slight curve. I did consider purchasing a large curved monitor, but we've actually got those in the office, and to be honest, I really don't enjoy using it. I prefer having the two separate screens. The one that's on the right hand side, the smaller one, that I don't know how it's survived. It's, I think, nearly 15 years old. So it was just time to upgrade and replace. So I'll get all that done. And I'm thinking up here on the wall is where I am going to put my magazine cover for 2024. I also have my, excuse the light coming in, I'll move around, my vision, my 2024 vision board here as well. And I do keep it there because I like that when I'm working, I can see it right there constantly. So I'll put you in a time lapse and clear off this desk. Okay, so I've cleared everything off the desk now and just thrown it into a box. And then after, I'll decide what gets reintroduced and what is permanently being removed. I've also moved the second monitor onto the dining room table because I need to move this desk out to attach the new monitor onto the existing arm and take this one off, and I don't want to accidentally knock it over. While I've got the desk moved out, I'll also hang up my magazine cover as well. So let's get going on that. Okay, so I've measured out exactly where I want my picture to go, and I'm using one of these little bear claws that I get from Bunnings. These are so good. They go right into the gyprock, and then they leave that little spot there for you to hang your pictures. So if they stick out a little bit, these are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think it's about $10 for a packet of 10 or something, but they are so handy. So I'm going to hang my picture now, and then I'm going to take down my monitor from its arm and put up my new one. Always a good idea to mark out where you're going to hang something before you do. Got my little electric drill or screwdriver, just knock it in. I think that's straight, but I'll get at my spirit level in a sec and double check. My little spirit level from Bunnings, so good for hanging pictures. Okay, perfect. Lovely. So the monitor I picked up from Harvey Norman in the June sales, or end of financial year sales, and it's just the MSI 27-inch curved gaming monitor. I'm not a gamer, but I like these because they've got pretty decent graphics. I didn't go for the top of the line because I'm not a gamer. I just use it for work and for editing my videos. Like I said, I prefer to have the two separate screens with my laptop off to the side. Let's get this unboxed. And then I'll put it on its little arm. I'd like to get an arm for the other monitor as well, but there is only a lip on the one side of the desk, so I can't really have an arm on on each corner. So I don't know if a double arm will extend far enough around so it sits in the corner. I'm not sure. Am I the only one that gets nervous about unpacking monitors and then hanging them on these stupid arms? Okay, so all plugged in, all hanging on the back. Some of the screws are a little bit short. I'm not sure what that's about, but I've got it on its arm. So much flipping rubbish that goes with this stuff. But I also need to put my old monitor back onto its little stand, which I kept. It is still working, so I'm going to wrap up all the cords, and I think I'll just donate it and maybe somebody else can use it. All right, so monitors have been set up and the desk has been pushed back, and I've hung up my magazine cover. Now I can start putting things back on the desk. Bit of a downer that I don't have another arm for that second monitor, but that's okay. I'll get to that eventually. So yeah, I'll show you what I picked up and get things set up. So the good thing about getting a new monitor was this one is actually HDMI enabled, whereas my other one was not. So I had to use this little extender thing to plug into my little dock that plugs into my laptops. So now I can just use this one. I do want to get a permanent dock eventually, but they are quite expensive, and I already had this, so this is what I'm going to use. The other thing that I always keep on my desk is my Sony speaker, in case I want to listen to music, which I usually do when I'm working, but I've also been using my headphones because of the, I think it's the 60 hertz music that I'm listening to at the moment, which is better with headphones on, which does help me concentrate, which I think that I mentioned before. The other thing I've got is this laptop stand, which I've had for a little while. I'd like to get one that does raise a little bit higher, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm using for now, and eventually I can replace it if I like. The other thing that I picked up was this little from Amazon, which is a iPad stand. It just pulls up like that, and then the little things come out, and it's got the non-slip so your laptop doesn't slide off, and then the non-slip feet underneath. So I think I'll just put him there. But the other thing that always sits on my desk is always my vision board, because I like to look at that while I'm working. So my laptop, my iPad. This is quite an old iPad, but I still use it all the time. And it's also got my vision board on there as well. And I picked up a mouse pad from Amazon because, I mean, most mouses, and it's even got a little coaster, don't actually require a mouse pad, but I just prefer the feel of that underneath my hand as opposed to just on the desk. So I might move him over here. It's upside down. So I've got him. The other thing I picked up for my headphones is this. I also got this from Amazon. So I'll just unpack that as well. Don't even need to cut it. Hopefully this opens really easily. Honestly, just clearing all the clutter off my desk has already made me feel so much better. I do not function well in a chaotic space, as I don't think anyone really does, to be honest. And it's got the non-slip on the little plate as well, so they're close at hand when I need them. I'm still deliberating if I will keep the little stand, or there are little hooks that you can put onto the side of the desk, and that way it's off my desk and away, but still within arm's length. And then I can take this to use at work for my desk there, because it is substantially larger than this desk. And then just my new mouse, which I'm excited by. Everyone says these are so good, so It's like a little mini unboxing, isn't it? Oof. And it's got the little USB. So that, yeah. Oh, I think I'm really going to enjoy using this as opposed to, I had that little pebble one previously. So I'll give that a go. Now with the mouse pad, this one looks like it's curling up a little bit. So I might just put a weight on that to press it down, or alternatively, I could just use like what I use underneath the rugs and just cut a little piece off and put it on each corner just so it doesn't move around. I did consider getting one of those longer ones that you can purchase on Amazon, but because my table or my desk is a corner desk, I couldn't find anything that would fit properly and also fit my mouse and keyboard on top. So I've just gone for a standard mouse pad, and it's just got a leather feel on top and a cork feel underneath it. So I'll go and grab my laptop and put that on its little stand as well. So I've just gone to attach the HDMI from the monitor to my little dock so I can attach it to my laptop, and it's not long enough. So I'm going to have to go to Harvey Norman tomorrow or JB Hi-Fi and see if I can get a new one, but that's okay. It's like 20 centimeters too short, but that's all right. These things can all be fixed, so I'll get that sorted. The other thing that I always have on my desk is, and you would have seen this if you watched my coffee table makeover, is this marble tray. I use them as coasters, so I've got one on my coffee table and I keep one here as well. I like to have my glass of water on there or my cup of tea, and then I just like to have my candle on there. I actually also have a little plant to go back here, but he isn't looking too healthy at the moment. I'm not sure why. He's not over or underwatered. He gets plenty of light in this room, so I'm not going to show him to you because you'll call me a murderer. Other than that, I've just added on my little pen, which always sits on top of my desk, and anything else can go into the drawers. So now everything, all the crap that I cleared off of here, I'm going to have to go through it and get rid of the majority of it. I don't actually need it. And this is how I prefer my desk to look. I think for me it's practical. I've got drawers for any papers that I have. My pens and all my stationery can go into my IKEA Alex drawers. Granted, they're not the greatest, and they also need to be emptied out and reorganized, which I will get to a little bit later. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't want to go out and buy a whole bunch of new stuff. I bought a couple of things that I felt that I needed. I would love to get a new desk. I'd love to get rid of the IKEA Alex drawers, and I have seen a couple of desks that I like which would fit here nicely. And like I always mention, use what you have already first before you go out and purchase new stuff. I get it. I watch all the YouTube videos. I see the pictures on Pinterest, and it's so easy to get swept up in these perfectly aesthetic homes. You know, you run out, you see on TikTok or on Instagram all these amazingly curated spaces, and that's fine. But for me, I'm trying to save for overseas. I'm trying to be more financially responsible with the higher interest rates and the higher cost of living. I don't want to be throwing away my money just to be chasing, you know, what everybody else has. This isn't about everyone else. I'm just trying to make my home as functional and as beautiful as I can. And I'm not saying to do it cheap, but I'm just saying to be really thoughtful in creating your space. Make it curated. Don't make it like everyone else's. Your home should absolutely reflect your own personal style. For me, I really need to keep my desk clutter free and my space clear. Otherwise, I'm just not productive at all. And I'm assuming most people are very, very similar to that. So for me, I just need to calm the chaos. You might think the vision board is a little bit too busy, but it is really the busiest thing in this space. So I'm happy for it to stay where it is. And then my little magazine cover, which has my vision for 2024 on there. And I can just look up and be reminded why I'm working and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. As I've mentioned in one of my previous videos, it's 2024 for me is all about leveling up and getting my life into order. That way I can go into 2025 strong. And as part of that, I am going through my house one small bit at a time. That's all it takes, just to clear things out, get rid of things. I've got a box of stuff to donate in the back of my car. If you're wanting to level up your life, my advice is start with your environment. If your environment is clear, it will clear your mind, and then you can just get on with it. I do have a few other videos coming up about clearing your mind, so please like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you're one of the first to know what I'm putting out there. I will leave the links for everything I've purchased in the description. If you've got any other advice to me or feedback, please leave me a comment. So I hope that you liked my little mini desk makeover, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And day's nearly over. It's getting quite dark outside. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and your evening, and until the next one, see you then.